Hey, it's Mike Jacob coming at you from Jerusalem with our thought for the week. It's summertime. And summertime is a time of crossroads where we're finishing the previous academic year, we're doing certain activities in the summer, and we're heading towards the next year. And I actually saw a story this week which I believe can help us focus ourselves in where we're heading in life. This story takes place post-World War II in Germany. There was a guy that went through the war, went through the concentration camps, comes back to his town in Germany, and he was a shoemaker, so he reopens up his shoe shop, and he's repairing shoes. One day a lady comes in there, brings him a pair of children's shoes. So he starts repairing the shoes, and he notices that there's a piece of a Torah scroll in the sole of this child's shoe. And he realizes right then and there, Europe's is not a place for him to live. He moves to America, and he has in his possession this little piece of parchment. He goes to a rabbi in his area, an Orthodox rabbi, Rabbi Kowalski, and he gives him this piece of parchment, tells him his story. This guy leaves the rabbi's office, and the rabbi takes a closer look at this piece of parchment, and he notices two psukim, one from the end of last week's Parsha, and another one from the beginning of this week's Parsha, Parshas Pinchos. We know the story. Pinchos stops a plague because Jews were immoral, 24,000 people die, and we move on with life. But what does the Torah say? It says, Vate'atzar hamagefa. The plague stopped. That was the first pasuk that the rabbi noticed. He looks a little bit further down on the parchment. He notices a second pasuk, and it says, Vayihi acharei hamagefa. And it was after the plague. The rabbi took a message from here, and it's a message that I think we all can take. Vate'atzar hamagefa. The plague stopped. 70 years ago, there was a plague. Jews were being hurled into cattle cars and being led to concentration camps. We don't have that today. We live in a time of peace. We can walk the streets of Yerushalayim in peace. We can walk in America, wherever we are, in peace. We can do whatever we want. That's Vate'atzar hamagefa. We live in a time of peace. But there's a second thing. Vayihi acharei hamagefa. After the plague is finished, life afterwards has to take on meaning. And that was the message that the rabbi took. We have to realize that we live in an incredible time. We can do whatever we want, but we have to infuse in whatever we're doing with meaning. Vayihi acharei hamagefa. There's this life, Jewish life, positive Jewish life after the destruction. And that's what we are, and that's what we have to realize. We have to think, I could be makar of people, I could have a positive influence on people, I could study in yeshiva, I could have a seder of learning. I have to know, Vayihi acharei hamagefa, that there's this life after the destruction. And with that, we use our time wisely, and we realize that we're in a very, very special time, and we have special opportunities. Have a good Shabbos. Take care.